It's Halloween, and I am back with another spooky special. From Birmingham's most haunted spots to a chilling story about a woman named Diane, plus a creepy Reddit tale and some fiery, weird news. This one's got ghosts, laughs, and even Tupac. It's episode 193. The Same White Lady. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 5th Halloween special. With this one, it's a little different. I don't need to do any sound effects or deep voices because it takes me ages to edit it. I remember when I did my very first Halloween special, it took me nearly 2 or 3 hours. Actually, I think it took me half a day to edit it, because I was just adding bits and then adding that, and then, oh my God, it took forever. Because it's the week of Halloween, why not keep the tradition going? The 5th one, I think the last year's one was called Hallowali. Because Halloween fell on the same day as Diwali. And yes, if you're a regular listener, you will know what happened in that episode. If you don't know, what are you doing? You need to rewind all the way back to my podcast and start from the beginning and listen to how terrible it was and how much it's progressed now. Hope you all are well. I haven't even asked if everyone is all right. I'm pretty sure you are. You're all fine, aren't you? I'm trying to think, is there anything that I've done this week which is very interesting? There isn't anything. Nothing. Zilch. There might be something that I need to mention to you guys. I think I've already mentioned it though, haven't I? Yeah, I think I have. Yeah, it doesn't matter now. Because it's a Halloween special, kind of, I thought, let's just keep everything Halloween-y. Like, let's just keep it scary. Why not? It's a Halloween special. If you hate stuff like paranormal, you know, if you're superstitious, you're going to be like, this episode isn't for me. It's all a load of fairy tales. That's what it is. But oh well, I like a bit of fantasy, a bit of spookiness, you know what I mean? So let's crack on and do the very first feature of the show, paranormal. Paranormal, what's paranormal? Is it normal, or is it making you a little bit para? Let's find out, because I don't know what else to sing over this theme tune that I downloaded, but it doesn't actually sound very spooky, does it? Sounds a bit more jolly, like a circus music. Someone's on the trombone, giving it all. Let's see if anyone's giving it all on today's paranormal feature, whatever it is. It's part of this podcast. Who knows how long it's going to last? I don't know. How many listeners you got, Lovdev? Not a lot. I don't know why I do this. I think I do it just for my own accord, because I bought so much equipment and I thought, let's make the most of it. Basically that. Get back to what you're doing, you idiot. Okay, here we go. Paranormal, is it normal or is it real? There we go. So this one has been put up by Synthetic Brit. Oh, is this person from the United Kingdom, England? Or do they just like to call themselves Brit because they're a massive fan of Britney Spears? We don't know. The title of their post is, a woman called Diane was murdered in 1995. Now you said a woman called Diane. I'm wondering, is it Our Lady, Princess Diana, the Queen of Hearts. Was she murdered in 1995? I say murdered. It was an accident. Probably murdered. Or is this a different Diane? A woman called Diane was murdered in 1995, and she keeps visiting me. This is what Synthetic Brit is saying. Why is Diane coming to see you all the time? She says, I'm a 51-year-old female. Happy birthday. A reasonable person who knows how the imagination works. This situation is not that. I've always seen peculiar things, but most often I hear them. You might have a gift, Synthetic Brit. It's only in the past couple of years I've been able to really listen and understand more than the odd thing here and there. I've also Googled details that are controverted by news articles just to verify that I'm not nuts. You might not be nuts, but you are a Britney Spears fan. Whatever you may think of me, I'm being serious. So please don't be disrespectful or rude. I hope I'm not coming across as that, as this is a comedy podcast, and if I do say something, I don't really mean it. Here's what I know so far, she says. She was a single mother who was trying her best to make a better life. Her life was really hard in many ways, but she was very kind. Diane has a daughter who she wants to apologise to. Among other things, I will be going on a road trip, armed with a metal detector and a heavy magnet to find something in a ditch that the police failed to find. I think it's jewellery of some sort that Diane wants her daughter to have. One of Diane's physical characteristics is that she had more than a single piercing in each ear, but that one ear has more. When one was pierced, it became infected, so she removed the earring and it closed up. She knows her daughter will need proof that it's her. Diane knows she's dead and what happened. I'm shaking while I'm tapping all this out on my tiny screen because I am actively hearing a sob. Wow. You have a sixth sense by the looks of it. I'm wondering why Diane's, is it her mother? A lady called Diane. Is it Diane who is, like, who you can hear? Why is she contacting you? She must be contacting you if you're telling us this, and she is asking, can Reddit please work something out to reach Diane's daughter? Not even death has stopped this mother's love. I'm not really a psychic or anything like that, although I've seen stuff as well. Do you know what I mean? I do believe in the spirits and the afterlife, if there is one. But I don't know how I can help you contact her. The only way I can suggest, it's quite difficult. I mean, if you could get more details on Diane's daughter, her name, obviously, whereabouts she might live. I'm guessing you've already researched, you've said you have Googled stuff to verify news articles. It's whether that person will believe you, I think. That's probably what the most, thing is about this post that you've put up. But I do hope you do find out this person. And if it is Diane who's contacting you, that's amazing. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do you do this all the time? Is this something new to you? I don't really know, but I am interested. So she is, if anyone is, you never know. Diane's daughter could be listening to my podcast. Can you imagine? There is one person in Canada. I look at my stats, and I think there's one or two people in Canada that do listen to this. The reason I say Canada is because the location is Windsor, Ontario. The year is 1995. There is a Winnie the Pooh reference that her daughter will understand. So if you listen to this podcast and you know something about Winnie the Pooh, or you know about this story, maybe drop me a message. I can then contact Sympathetic Brit and we can work something out. She ends it with, constructive input is greatly appreciated. Now, it's very interesting. I do like to read what some people say. Maybe someone on her forum, on a post, has found out who this could be. It's pretty amazing. Do you know, I was watching, now this is even Halloween related. I was watching on TikTok. Now, you guys know, I'm a big Notorious B.I.G. fan. But I do occasionally listen to Tupac. I love Tupac as well. Listening back to him now, obviously, he was a great artist and he was one of the best. I was watching a TikTok video, and I don't know if anyone knows this. If you're a hip-hop fan, you probably already know. But Tupac wrote a song called Brenda's Got a Baby. This story was basically based on... there was something happened in New York, I believe. There was a 12-year-old girl who got pregnant by her cousin, I know. Because of the fear of her being only 12 years old, she was obviously very young. She's still a child herself. She gave birth. She was so petrified, she put the baby in a trash can. And luckily, when the guys came to pick up the trash cans, the bins in the US, someone heard a baby crying and they eventually got the baby out. The baby has been adopted ever since, been brought up in LA, I believe, and has grown up. And Tupac used to read a lot of news articles, and then he used to write songs based on the news articles. Obviously, he's just trying to sing what's happening in the world. Eventually, somehow, somebody got in touch with the son and got in touch with the mom, who obviously haven't seen each other for 40 years or something like that. And they both reunited only because of this song, Brenda's Got a Baby. And I listened back to that last night and I was like, wow, now I get the song. This is actually a real song that was made. It's like comedy. Like when we tell true stories, we might edit it a little bit to get laughs, but it's the same story. And I was absolutely amazed. It was like, wow. Like, I didn't know that about Tupac Shakur, that he used to read news articles and then write songs about them. And that Brenda's Got a Baby is amazing. Like, I listen to it now. It's like, okay, it is exactly like how they explained it in the news article, the way he sang. And it's so anything can happen. Maybe Synthetic Brit will find peace and hopefully get in touch with Diane's daughter. What a great bit that was. Yes, it's a quick Halloween wolf howling. It does sound like a wolf, doesn't it? I've got a feeling it's not even a wolf. It's someone who's pretending to be a wolf, and they've kind of edited it. How do you get hold of a wolf howling? Like, you might not even live near wolves, would you? I don't know why I'm mentioning this. There's too much stuff going on, like, on TikTok, as I mentioned. AI is getting out of hand. There's a video of a guy apparently helping a wolf. I'm like, this is so AI. You could just tell straight away. And I'm like, how many likes has it got? Why do people like stuff that is not even real? So this wolf comes out of the woods. For some reason, this bloke happens to be there. And the wolf takes him somewhere. And he's like, come and follow me. Come and follow. Keeps looking back. And you think, yeah, this ain't real, mate. That wolf would have just, chopped you up by now. Would have ate ya. Like Little Red Riding Hood. Would have took ya. The wolf takes him to his partner. I don't know why I've called it a partner. It's just another wolf who's having babies. And I'm like, yeah, mate, like, really? That really happened? Who in their mind thought, oh, I know what I'm going to get AI to do. I'm going to make up a story and see how many likes. The worst thing is it gets likes. Does it get likes because people believe it? Or does it just get likes because people think, oh, that's a great AI video. Why didn't I think of that? I don't know. I'm going on a rant more than anything. Supposed to be a Halloween special. Let's change it up a little bit. As you folks know, I am a Brummie. I'm from Birmingham in the United Kingdom, which is in the Midlands, the middle of England. I love my city. I'm proud to be a Brummie. Some people probably don't even listen to this podcast because of my accent. I don't care. I will always be a Birmingham born, bred, and I'll die as a Birmingham. I was going to say born, bred, but I'll just be dead, won't I? Which does make the podcast even more special. I'm going mental, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. I wanted to do something which I've probably already done. In all honesty, I've probably already done it. But I wanted to tell you guys the most scariest places in Birmingham. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So why don't we have a little bit of, I don't know, shall we have this? Maybe not. How about this then? No, not that. We don't want that. This is too jolly. It's not jolly, mate. Stop it. It's too jolly to be, having fun. Oh, look at him. It's Halloween and he's got this clown music in the background. No, mate, we need something like, I don't know, this. There we go. Oh, yeah. The most scariest places in Birmingham. What are they? I don't know because I like this music backtrack so much. I want it just to play out. There we go. That will do. Okay. All right, folks. Here we are. It's Halloween. And I'm in Birmingham. Obviously, you already know because I told you about 3 minutes ago. So I thought I'd tell you the most scariest Birmingham places that I know and I've been to. It's kind of like a documentary, like not Bigfoot. I love Bigfoot stuff. It's kind of similar, though. So the number one on the list, I should have started from the bottom, innit? And then that's what Drake said, and he got himself into trouble. Number one is Aston Hall in Trinity Road, Aston. Now, if you guys have seen me perform quite recently, you will know I've got a new bit about how the Birmingham accent is evolving. My whole joke is all based on Aston Hall, only because of the experience that I had. Listen back to Halloween Special 3 or 2, I don't know, it's one of them. Something happened in there, and I've turned that bit into a joke. And I love it. It's one of my strongest bits now. If you're from Birmingham, you're from a city, you're going to get it. But anyway, I'll tell you more about Aston Hall and the reason. So the story goes, the wealthy owner, his name was Sir Thomas Holt. He locked his daughter in a room for years when she tried to elope and she died in a captivity. Her ghost is often called the White Lady. And apparently you just see her like floating around. Obviously what ghosts do, don't they? They just float about on the floor. So it's a beautiful old house with a tragic family drama. And there's a ghost flying about. Perfect. Perfect Halloween place. I've been there for Halloween, the candlelight stuff, which is what all my thing is about. So number 2 is Warstone Lane Cemetery. It's in the Jewry Quarter. It's a graveyard. It was built in 1848 and it closed for new burials and with plenty of stories of a ghostly woman, also known as the White Lady. Why is the ghost known? Is this the same ghost as the one who stays in Aston Hall? Can you imagine, right? There's a ghost called the White Lady. She's in a cemetery. But she goes home to Aston Hall to have a rest. So during the day or the evening, she'll be like, just going to pop down to Warstone Lane Cemetery, scared a couple of people, then I'll be back to Aston Hall. They're not really that far away from each other. I don't know if she walks, it's just floating. It'll probably take her, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes to get between two. If you're floating, yeah. If you're floating, you're kind of like a ghost on one of those electric scooter things, skateboards, or a hoverboard. She wanders around the catacombs or roads nearby. If you're in the jewellery quarter at night and see someone in a 1930s walking through a parked car, you're probably in Warstone Lane Cemetery. Another one is Birmingham New Street Station, the very famous New Street Station. Now, I read a bit of this and I didn't know this, right? Obviously, it's a very busy station. It was also built in 1848. They dug up a Jewish cemetery. I did not know that. So there used to be a Jewish cemetery where the train station is. And since then, there have been suicides and reports of spirits. Reported ghosts include a driver named Walter Hartles and a gentleman called Claude, both wearing their death time clothes, just hanging around platforms. You might think the scariest part of New Street is finding a seat. But it might be something unseen that's literally sitting opposite you. Number 4 is the Court Oak Pub in Harborne. Is it still there? I don't know. I don't really know this Court Oak Pub. It was built in the 17th century, hanging ground. The pub is said to be haunted by a ghost named Corky. What a great name. As an older man who apparently hates cheap wine. A ghost that hates cheap wine. Brilliant. If you leave low quality bottles in the cellar, they get smashed. That's brilliant. Do you reckon he can still drink it? He could probably smell it. Only in Birmingham do you get a ghost with a wine snob complex. That's great. Number 5 is the last one. It's Birmingham Town Hall. I would love to play in Birmingham Town Hall. One day I will get there. Who knows? Maybe I'll bump into this spirit if there is one here, because I haven't even read it. It opened in 1833. During construction, 2 workers were crushed by a falling pillar in the theatre. It's said their spirits still linger. I bet it does. Heard chiselling away, so they're still working and you can hear them. Also a ghost of an old man with a pipe in the theatre seats. Very strange. That is strange. So there you have it, guys. That was the 5 spooky spots around Birmingham. So whether you just want to chill or you just like to pepper your Halloween, this will serve you all well. Go and visit, maybe go and visit one of these places. I might do that. I hope to do. I've done Aston Hall. That's brilliant. I might do. I'm not really a fan of cemeteries. Maybe the Town Hall, the last one I just read out. That would be good. So there we have it, guys. Happy Halloween. It's not the end of the podcast, but that's the Birmingham one. Whenever I listen to that howl, doesn't it sound like someone who likes to look for Bigfoot? When I watch Bigfoot Expedition, they used to do a howl on there. Oh, like that, right? That's what it sounds like. It's definitely someone howling through a microphone who's probably a massive Sasquatch fan. Look, listen to this. You see at the end, you can tell it's them. It's definitely a bloke. It's not a real wolf. Oh, God. What is wrong with my life? We are nearly at the end of the podcast. I can't believe it myself. I haven't even done anything. What have you done? You've done nothing. So I thought I'd try and pick something up, which is obviously spooky, Halloweeny related. And I found something on Ask Reddit. It was taken a year ago. That's how old it is. But I thought, you know what? Just read it. It doesn't matter. There might be something interesting in there. Probably not. Let's have a look what it is. Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. What's the scariest thing you've ever seen in your life that you can't explain? What is the scariest thing you've ever seen in your life that you can't explain? Kendex has asked this question out into the universe a year ago. So we are stepping back in time. But isn't everything spooky back in time anyway? It is, isn't it? It's all in the past. Something's happened. Someone died. They did something. Somebody called Only Issue has put up a story to tell Kendex what's been going on. They are saying when I was a child, both my parents went to work early. So they would drop me off at my grandmother's to eat breakfast and go to school from there. My grandmother died at junior high school and I started coming straight home from school. During this time, my mother started complaining that when she got home from work, the receiver of the phone, so it's an old 80s style corded push button phone, next to her bed was left off the base. I wasn't using the phone, but she would insist I must have, because the phone was hung up properly when she left for work. One day, I got home a little early. Now I need to pause and tell you about the layout of our apartment. From the front door, I look directly into the living room, the dining room, the door to the kitchen, and the short halfway that leads to my parents' bedroom and my bedroom. There is no other door. The windows are old-fashioned. Narrow casement, windows with screens, and we are on the 3rd floor. Anyway, as soon as I walked in the door, I clearly heard 2 footsteps in my parents' bedroom. I dropped my school bag and foolishly ran to the bedroom. It wasn't far. Took a few seconds. I got to the bedroom. No one was there. However, I immediately noticed that the receiver of the phone on my mother's bedside table was on the floor. It was placed so that the cord to the base was stretched out as far as it could go. I later tried to replicate the placement by shaking the table, tipping the phone, and he could never get the receiver off the base. When I finally resorted to knocking it off with a finger, it would fall on the table or next to it. The only way I could replicate the placement of the receiver was when I found it to carefully stretch the cord, place it and hold it for a few moments. It could have not gotten to that spot by accident. When I found the phone, I hung up and immediately rang. What? I answered it and it was my dad. He asked what was wrong. I asked him why he said that. He said, apparently you called just before I got home and he thought it was me. He answered the phone but never said anything. Finally hung up. He'd been trying to call back only to get through to a hung up phone. I've never figured out what happened. I definitely heard footsteps. Am I just certain there was no one there? No one went by me. The windows in the bedrooms were not disturbed. My parents had too much stuff under the bed and in the closet for anyone bigger than an infant to hide in the spot. Also, after this, my mother never found the phone disturbed again. Yeah, that is quite an interesting story. You was there on your own. For some reason, the phone was off the hook and it was on the floor. You was trying to figure out how the cord got so long, but somebody rang your dad before it was on the floor, and he was like, why are you calling me? How did he know it was you? Because back then, you didn't have caller ID, did you? It's a strange story. I can't even get my head around it. I really can't. Oh, dear. That was yeah, I mean, there's loads and loads and loads of stories on here. I thought I'd just read the very first top one. I hope you got your answers, mate. I don't really know. I hope you did. Let's end the podcast because I am absolutely starving and I could eat a horse, a dead one. Let's do a weird news story. God. Okay, I tried to find a spooky story. I've just found stuff about different haunted places, and I thought, that's not really scary, is it? But what is scary? Insects. Certain insects can be absolutely traumatizing, especially if it's a cockroach, which luckily we don't get in the United Kingdom, I think. This weird news story, I believe it comes from South Korea because it's in the title. A woman trying to kill a cockroach sets a South Korean apartment block ablaze. What did she do? Use a flamethrower? How did she try and kill this cockroach? Why did she burn down a block of apartments? This is horrendous. Let's find out. A South Korean police said they will seek an arrest warrant for a woman for killing a cockroach. No, for setting fire to her apartment building while trying to kill a cockroach with an improvised flamethrower. She did use a flamethrower. What? One of the woman's neighbours died after falling to the ground in a failed attempt to escape through a window. Oh my God. The woman, who is in her 20s, happy birthday, told police that she tried to torch the cockroach with a lighter and a flammable spray, adding that she had used the method before, but on Monday, items in her house caught fire. Police in the northern city of Osun said the woman could be charged with accidentally starting a fire and causing death by negligence. Can't even say the word. Negligence. Still can't say the word. Blasting a cockroach with blowtorches or a homemade flamethrower has emerged as a novel way of getting rid of house pets, made popular by videos on social media. In 2018, an Australian man set fire to his kitchen while trying to kill a cockroach with a homemade flamethrower made from an insect spray. The woman who died in the Osun City fire, absolutely tragic, is a Chinese national. She was in her 30s, lived on the 5th floor of the building with a husband and a 2-month-old baby. When they realised that a fire had broken out, the couple opened their home window and called for help. They handed the baby through the window to a neighbour in the adjacent block before trying to evacuate themselves. The woman's husband managed to climb over into the next block. She tried to do the same, but fell through a window. Oh my God. She was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead later. Police said they believe the couple tried escaping through the window because of the thick smoke from the fire had blocked the stairway, according to local media. The building houses commercial shops on its first floor and 32 residential units from its 2nd to 5th floor. 8 other residents suffered from smoke inhalation because of the fire. Oh my God, imagine you're trying to kill a cockroach and then you end up burning down your own apartment and killing someone else. That's a tragic story. That is awful. She's going to face a lot of time for that. If you enjoy the podcast, give it a little like. Leave a review, even if you already have. Leave me another one. If you think, oh, someone I know is really into spooky stuff, they're going to love this, share this episode with them. Do whatever you can. If you're celebrating Halloween, have a lovely celebration. I'm sure I will get to record an episode next week. I hope so, providing my kitchen isn't getting fitted in. I will let you guys know. Enjoy the rest of your week. As I said, have a great Halloween celebration. See you soon.